clouds gather trouble on the water.
When I was young, I suffered a head injury from a punishment meant for someone else. They were able to stop the bleeding from my head, but ain't do nothing for the pain or the sick that came afterwards. That day did not make my life any better, but that's when I started thinking, something wasn't right here. I always thought my people deserved more, deserved better, deserved rights. Right now, all it felt that we had was the right to be whipped and brutalized and murdered. There had to be something better out there. And I was going to find it the second I got the chance. And when I did, I found it. The second I got free, I knew what my job was. I conducted the Underground Railroad for years, helping people get to freedom. I was going to be the one to let them know they had dignity, that they were worth fighting for. I will not let their hope die. It will not die with me. It will not.
Coming for to carry me home.
Life is a series of ups and downs. But the important thing is that you can't let those things get a hold of you and control you. I could have given up when my parents died, but I didn't. Or when my first husband passed, or my second, or when almost all my hair fell out. But you know what I did instead? Made something out of it. I took every downfall life threw at me and used it to my advantage. You should take everything the world throws at you and make something out of it. Change it around, make something new. Like my hair products. I knew that I had to do something for me and my daughter, and so I did. Now look at me. My, the times are changing. I mean, who would have thought a Black American woman would be a millionaire? Just have hope. And take control of your situation. Because if you don't, no one else will care enough to.
Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science. Fellow members of the motion picture industry, this is the happiest day of my life. Those are the words I spoke as I looked out into the segregated crowd, accepting my award for Best Supporting Actress. Not like that means anything wrong. It took another 24 years for a Black person to win any other kind of Oscar. That may not sound like much to you, but the United States continues to neglect my talent, my culture, my skin, my heritage, for an additional 24 years, after having the nerve to use it all against me for 400. My parents were slaves. My dad had to fight for our freedom in the Civil War, alongside numerous other slaves. And when one white man decided to call slavery wrong, it's over. Why is it held back from the things we deserve until white men say we deserve it? And how come I, Hattie McDaniel, didn't even get to go to the premiere of my own movie? How come I don't get paid as much as the next actress playing a supporting role? Are the chains holding back my money? In January 1925, my career was rising up. My greatness was finally being recognized when they shot my husband. I suppose all men were created equal, but talented, successful black men can't seem to make the cut. Cut. What they say when the scene is over. But I'll never let my people be cut from your scene, America, land of the free.
Working hard, learning, and moving forward. That's what it takes to get somewhere in life. We all have battles, some more than others. But that is no reason to sit down and give up and act like all the world's problems are on you. Grow. It's something we all need. Sure enough, it's something our nation needs. How is it that I'm in this industry but don't get treated as if I'm as important? How is it that when we move, when we do progress, it's never in the right direction? Why is it that I'm good enough to make Pope money and perform on stage, but I'm not good enough to sit at the front row to enjoy the other acts? How is it that I'm pulled from the club that I'm performing at by a policeman just because they were suspicious of me? I'm sorry, but what's suspicious about standing backstage, scatting in an evening gown? Huh. Well, that don't make no sense.
just thinking about how our society works today. Isn't it funny how we can be working these jobs and still get treated like we less than? I mean, we are literally aiding and putting men into space, and the men we get to put there, we don't even get to talk to.
Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it seems like we'll get so close to the top, and then the top will just move. I don't know. Seems like we will never be good enough.
I mean, look at all these well-educated people, day in and day out, working hard and doing stuff hard. And for what?
For a better future? We're working day in and day out so we can make an example for the next generation.
Well, I want that future to come now. I want something to look forward to.
You are looking forward to something. Look at us. We're all doing something great. Look at us. Children are getting better education. Men and women are getting better jobs, and they're fighting for what they believe in. What you guys need to understand is that if something doesn't come out on the wash, it will come out on the rights. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
Good. We gotta get this done. We don't have much longer.
I use this subject because there are literally two Americas. One America is beautiful for situation, and in a sense, this America is overflowing with the milk of prosperity and the honey of opportunity. This America is the habitat of millions of people who have food and material necessities for their bodies, and culture and education for their minds, and freedom and human spirit for their spirits. In this America, millions of people experience every day what it's like to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in all of their dimensions. And in this America, millions of young people grow up under the sunlight of opportunity. But tragically and unfortunately, there's another America. This America has a daily ugliness about it that constantly transforms the ebulliency of hope into the fatigue of despair. In this America, millions of work-starved men walk the streets, aimlessly searching for jobs that don't even exist. In this America, millions of people find themselves living in rat-infested, vermin-filled slums. In this America, people are poor by the millions. They find themselves perishing on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. In a sense, this was a struggle for decency. We could not go to a lunch counter in so many instances and get a hamburger or a cup of coffee. We could not make use of public accommodations. Public transportation was segregated, and often we had to sit in the back. And within transportation, transportation within cities. We often had to stand over empty seats because sections were reserved for whites only. We did not have the right to vote in so many areas of the South. And the struggle was to deal with these problems.
It's funny how the patterns can come together for a dress to make something look so beautiful. At times, I wish the world could look like that too. As I stood my ground, lies circled around. I only did what I did because I was tired. The only tired I felt was tired of giving in to things that don't seem right to me. How is it fair that I was sitting in my chair in the colored section of the bus, minding my own business after a long day of work, but because I'm expected to give up my seat and I refuse, I have to go to jail? Something ain't adding up right to me. I work and pay my dues, same as everybody else. But because I'm expected to give up my seat, I have to go to jail, time and time after again. I will not rest until I make it known that these rules I'm expected to follow amount to nothing more than an ugly dress. Ignorance.
Can't see. But that don't mean a thing. People always say they can't do something. And that stops them from doing what they're really good at. What they love to do, or what they need to do. People always say they can do something, but they don't try or work hard enough. You think if I sat and complained about how pitch black the world seemed, I would be where I am today? Grammy Award winner, top of the charts, wife and kids. No one ever became successful by sitting on their butt talking some, woe is me. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Trust me, I've been through it too. But pain doesn't stop for anybody, so we can't stop for anybody. Headstrong, courageous, ambitious beings, that's what we gotta do. The only thing we shouldn't be able to do is throw the towel out, give up, back down. My brothers, my sisters, get up, straighten that back out, stand tall, throw your fist up, tell, nah, remind them of who you are and what you've been through. Yeah, I know it's gonna be long and it's gonna be hard, but we've came this far. So you can tell that brick wall, tell that doubt, tell that injustice to hit the road, Jay. We ain't got time for you.
Unity is something that I've strived for since I could remember. It keeps me in love with what I do. Unity is the envelope I have pushed since the start of my music career. I have never wanted to create something color specific. I've always wanted it to be universal, something everybody could listen to, enjoy, and relate to in it together. People think too much about what divides them from everybody else. My question is why? There are too many problems in the world to be worried about such little details, things that in the end won't amount to nothing. I think if we could realize it, we could do great things. And we are just that. We are weak, we are corruptible, but we depend on each other for our survival.
The time of the civil rights movement was the defining struggle for Black equality.
For too long, we have been mistreated and told that we are not good enough.
Told that we are lesser for the color of our skin.
But through all our hardships, we persevered. For we knew
That's not crime to be who you are.
We walked in the face of peril and made our statement clear as day.
Even when we were knocked down, we stood back up and triumphed.
Defied the odds time and time again.
and most importantly, we claimed
Our freedom. So now we walk tall.